Look, I'm not really good with all this YouTuber stuff. I don't upload consistently. The neighbors upstairs sound like they're coming through my ceiling, through their floor. And my work laptop's probably going to ding here and then. But here we are, we're going to record this bad boy. Last night, I recorded this footage, and I thought my microphone was also capturing. It was not. However, I have finally beaten AC20 with the silent. You know what people are going to say? It's a bite run. It's a Wraithform run. So be it. Here we are. We've beaten it. I do not care what you say. It is done. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to click the play button, and we can now see everything together. Dagger throw? See, there we go. We lined it up. That's my clap marker. So I was nervous. My voice was quivering while I recorded the original audio. But realistically, I set up the turn where I have 12 cards. I have damage. I just got to do it. And I thought it was ironic that I beat the time meter with a bunch of shivs. That's why I did it that way. And I'm like, I don't know. Let me just make sure. And then I look at this, Distilled Chaos, and I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that smoke. What if it messes something up? I'm like, no, we have it. Let's lock it in. We're good to go. End the turn. And we have done it. I will admit, the first boss of this run was Donu Deka. And I picked up very early on in Act 3 a corpse explosion. Oh, it even picked up the achievement popping. That's great. I was so happy to get this. I was so nervous, like walking around and going around and all that stuff. You can see my mouse in a second. It's going like ding, 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 ding. And I couldn't even comprehend where to go or anything like this. Okay, this is the best way I've decided to go through with this. I think pulling up the actual game and kind of going through everything is a better format. So, as you can clearly see, it started with Neo's Lament. Got a Sundial, which really didn't matter too much. Turn up this right here, the Darkstone. It actually came into play once or twice, especially with like the Calling Bell. And then Duvu Dal. I was able to get 2 strength, plus the Vedra, we're going to call it. Sure. But super early on, got the Apotheosis. Got it upgraded. First bonfire I got it. Every time it came up, it was an instant play. So everything was obviously upgraded, especially with like the Runic Pyramid. With the Runic Pyramid, if there was something like I wanted to play later on, just waited for it to get upgraded so it was free. It just kind of held in my hand. Same with like Malaise until I needed it. Corpse Explosion was one of my last upgrades just because I needed to do something before a bonfire. I had 5 bites that were upgraded, so I healed 3 every time I had one. And then again with Runic Pyramid, it really did allow me to just hold on to them until I needed healing, and then healed for like boom, there's 9 health while doing a ton of damage with Terror. Terror upgraded was also one that I just kind of did. I'm being berated by a Canadian man who says I need help, and that's not happening today, sir. I need no help. Wraithform, obviously fantastic, right? Holding it in hand with Runic Pyramid is like triple S tier, right? Just having this on the go whenever I needed it was fantastic. A lot of the times I would hold it in my hand from like draw 2 or 3, and then when it was just like, all right, I'm gonna wait a couple turns, get a couple more bites, and then finish off the encounter. Essentially stalling to heal, like in Darkest Dungeon. Blade Dance, because why not? And it turned out to pay off. It was a lot of my damage towards the time meter at the end. Noxious Fumes. I mean, at a point, right? If you're holding them in your hand because you can't use them with Runic Pyramid, they're going to be 3 poison at the start of every turn. That added up to be quite a bit. And I mean, against Donu Deku, I mean, once their artifact is gone, it just stacked up a ton. And then again, that's why I got the Corpse Explosion very early in Act 3. Always plan for the bosses you can see, not necessarily what you think is going to be best. in general. Try to be more specific with what you're building. And then, yeah, once I got the corpse explosion, that fight was pretty much over. Pulled me into the time meter fight, where I was nervous. Because obviously we don't like the time meter. But I think I would have been more worried about the awakened one with the fumes and stuff not stacking up after the awakening. I think that's how it goes about it. And now I'm being berated by 2 Canadian men. They can wait in timeout. These pickups are God tier. Incense burner. So intangible, free every turn. A lot of times what would happen, it would be like, oh, I have Wraith form now. And then the turn that it's over, I have an extra turn of intangible. So there'd be like 4 turns in a row where I'm only taking 1-2 damage max. That would just heal. Just why wouldn't I, you know? Red mask is good to get rid of artifacts. But this pickup right here was fantastic. Calling bell. Oh, it makes the noise every time you click it. Sick. Calling bell into the Duvu doll. Cool. That's just plus strength. Especially anything plus Ascension 10. Getting Duvu doll is just plus 1 strength. And boom. I had 2 of them. And then calling bell obviously gave me Curse of the Bell. There's very rarely any times I don't pick up this. It's such a good relic. The ink bottle did play in part a few times. Bag of prep also did, just to start out everything good. Packet watch was never used. But obviously, go to the run, Apotheosis Plus. The bites, just accepting it, because a lot of the times I don't want to mess with my flow. And then the corpse explosion to get the last Donu Deku fight done as quickly as possible. Malaise wasn't as helpful as I thought it was. I think I used it against the time meter towards the end once it was upgraded, but wasn't too crazy. Calculated gamble with the runic pyramid almost messed me up a few times, because like I would have Wraith form and I'd have it and I'd be like, I need something else to do this turn, and I would throw it away and I'm like, oh, Wraith form's gone. But it worked out in the end. I think Calculated Gamble, Runic Pyramid is such a really consistent get out of jail free card, I'll call it. It's free card. And that's pretty much it. The dagger throw is really nice just to get the sneaky strike. And then once I had the whatchamacallit? Not neutralize, survivor. Once I had Survivor and those in hand, I had the choice of blocking and getting off 2 damage plus an extra energy. So it was really good. Overall, I feel like this run did really well. And yeah, I'm really proud of it. Ascension level 20 victory. That's how we do it. That is how we do it.